Welcome. So hi everyone. My name is Rachel Levinson. I am the founder of Siopa.com, Seize Your Passion. I'm here every Friday at 3:30 talking about different topics related to seizing your passion, what it means to me, and learning and growing, hopefully, with all of you. So I'll do my best, as always, to engage in the comments as I go. Let's get started. Okay, so today I actually want to make an argument, a rebuttal argument against all the debunkers of passion. Okay, there's always going to be people out there. There's always going to be people out there in the world and in life that are naysayers, that are contrarians, that sorry, just blocking some non-productive users. Okay, so I'm going to start over. So today I'm going to talk about an argument, a rebuttal argument against all the debunkers and people that say, forget your passion, don't follow your passion, that's all BS, and that's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, now there's always going to be people in your life and in life that disagree with your views, disagree with your beliefs, and that's great. That actually forces you to think about your beliefs and question them and hopefully grow and learn from them. And that's exactly what this Periscope is about, right? Because I came across recently some naysayers, some contrarians, people that, really smart people, writers, thought leaders, TEDx speakers that were talking about, forget your passion and don't listen to all those people that say, follow your passion and you'll have success and happiness and fulfillment. And I was listening to all that and I was like, they're so wrong. But then it made me question, okay, why are they so wrong, right? Why do I so firmly believe in seizing your passion and what that means? And I realized that they're not necessarily wrong in the substance of their argument. What they're wrong about is how they're defining what seize your passion, or in their language, follow your dreams, follow your passion, find your passion means to them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clarify. It's about seizing. Hi, no problem. Hi, welcome. I'm happy to engage. So this is about a weekly Periscope about seizing your passion. And today I'm talking about making an argument against all those people who say, no, forget your passion, forget following your passion, forget following your dreams. And I'm explaining why. So I'm going to do that by, first of all, defining what seize your passion. And I specifically use that language, seize your passion, rather than maybe some of the other language that other people use, like follow your passion, find your passion. So I'm defining what seize your passion, specifically that language, is all about and what it's not about. And I'm going to refute and rebut against all the naysayers, all the debunkers of people that say, forget your passion, don't follow your passion, that's BS, that's not going to get you anywhere. And I'm going to do that not by proving them wrong in what they're saying, but by proving them wrong in the fact that they're misdefining. They're not defining the true definition of what seize your passion or what find your passion, find your purpose, follow your heart, follow your dreams really means. And at the end of the day, I came to the conclusion that we're actually saying the same things. We're just defining it differently, and that makes all the difference. Okay, so what is seize your passion all about, and what is it not about? Okay, it is not about waiting around to find your passion, or waiting for your passion to find you, or waiting for it to miraculously and magically, fall in your lap, or sitting around and thinking about, what am I passionate about? What am I going to do with my life? Okay, a lot of these naysayers and a lot of these contrarians who say, forget your passion, they define seizing your passion, they define finding your passion as literally sitting around and waiting for it to find you or for you to figure out what it is, passively. That is not what Seize Your Passion is about. It's about actively getting out there, engaging in, connecting with, discovering, learning about, and growing whatever it is you love, what your skills are, what you're good at, what brings you fulfillment and joy, what lights you up and makes you feel alive, what creates value and thereby adds value to others, how you can contribute to others by contributing to yourself. Those are all very active, getting out there, connecting and engaging things, not passively sitting back and waiting for your passion to find you or for you to find it somehow by just thinking about it, okay? Another misconception and misdefinition of what follow your passion is often thought of, and that's why people say, no, don't follow your passion, is it's not about, and this is such a huge one because so many people make the mistake of thinking that seize your passion or follow your passion means you have to pick one singular passion. You know, you have to find your one purpose. Like you get out of college and it's like, okay, what am I going to decide for my entire rest of my life? No, it's not about that. You know, we're all multifaceted. We all have many different passions and many different interests. And we all go through different stages in life, right? And at each different stage, you may be passionate about one thing and not so passionate about it at the next stage, or passionate about something at a next stage that you were never passionate about before, okay? As you grow and evolve and become better, so do your passions. They change. It's not about picking one singular passion, one singular purpose, and being married to it for life, right? You grow and you evolve, and so do your passions, and you're multifaceted, and you have various interests and various passions, so you don't have to pick just one, okay? That is not what following your passion and finding your passion is all about. So that is not the definition, and if that were the definition, then yeah, I would say forget that. That's wrong. You don't just sit back passively and wait for it. You don't pick one thing and that's it. Another really misconception and misnomer about the definition of seizing your passion is, you know, while it is very much about listening to your heart and following your gut and your instinct, it's not at the expense of and excluding your head and your soul, okay? We are mind, body, and soul. That sounds cliche, but it's so true, okay? But when people say follow your passion and listen to their heart, the true definition of that is if you're truly listening to your heart, you're also listening to your head, and you're also listening to your soul and your spirituality and your fulfillment, because you can't have one without the other, right? It's not about living in La La Land and being impractical and throwing all reason aside, okay? You could be passionate about painting, for example, but if you're not very good at it, or if you know that you can't make a living out of it and it's not practical for you, then don't follow your passion as a career and provide for your family by pursuing that passion and not doing anything else. That will not bring you fulfillment, that will not bring you happiness, that will not bring you success, that will bring you lots and lots of frustration. So if you define your passion exclusively about following your heart, but when we say follow your heart, we mean to include your heart, your mind, your soul, your mind, body, and soul. It's about listening to all those together. It's about all those things, not one exclusively and excluding the rest. Great. I love that. That's why you're applying to medical school. That's wonderful. Now, that brings me actually to my next point, okay? For a lot of us, and for, you know, lucky or not, it depends how you look at it, our passions, one of our passions, what we may be passionate about, could be very much aligned with our career choice and our jobs, right? And that's great. That's wonderful. But that's not necessarily the case. It doesn't have to be in complete alignment with your career or your job. Following your passions, you know, you could have a job, first of all, that you love, that provides money for your family, puts food on the table, is practical, and is quite fulfilling in many other ways, but it doesn't necessarily fulfill a passion of yours, or maybe it fulfills one passion but not another, right? And at the same time, you can, if you only engage in that career and job that doesn't fulfill your other passions, if you're not seizing your passions in other areas of your life, if your passion does not necessarily align with your career, then you will find that you are not completely fulfilled and you are not completely happy, because while you're tapping into, you know, practicality and reason and achievement and providing for your family, which are all part of it and all essential and necessary, it's not all you're about, right? Again, we're multifaceted. We have various passions, various interests, and if your job isn't aligned with your passions, then make sure to make time to connect with and engage in other stuff that do bring you pleasure and fulfillment and happiness and growth in other areas. You know, whether it's a pastime or a hobby, it doesn't matter. And connect with like-minded people who are about the same thing. Engage in it. Don't just shut it off because, oh, it's not my job, it's not my career. And people that say, don't follow your passion, forget your passion because it's not necessarily aligned with your career. Well, it doesn't have to be. You could have a career and have a job and then pursue your passions and follow your passions in other areas, okay? it's also not about, other people's approval or feedback, right? A lot of people say, oh, follow your job and success will inevitably follow. Well, again, that depends on how you define success. If you're defining success by other people's approval and feedback, by other people giving you positive feedback because you have a skill or a talent for something, but you're not passionate about it, well, that will only get you so far. But if you define success as personal growth and fulfillment and achieving true success within and not by other people's measurements and standards, but by your own, and if the end goal is not only what society says success is, which is often just financial success and social status, but rather your own personal growth and achievements, that is true success, then yes, following your passions will bring you true success, but not the other kind. So, again, people, the naysayers, the debunkers of passion, people that say, oh, don't follow your passion, don't follow your heart, don't find your passion, don't make it a career choice. They're not wrong in what they're saying. If you listen to the substance of what they're saying, do something you're good at or do something that adds value. But that all is within the actual definition of what seize your passion really means. And you decide what it really means, right? So it's about a choice. It's your choice. It's not only your choice of how you define seize your passion, but it's your choice of how you actually go out and do it. It's not about passively waiting for it to find you. It's not about passively waiting for you to find it magically. It's about going out there. And it's not about saying no to opportunities, right, that come your way. What if you don't know what your passion is, right? What if you're not sure? So a lot of people that say don't follow your passion, don't follow your heart, because that'll force you to sort of turn down opportunities because you'll think, oh, that's not part of my passion. I'm not sure if that's my passion, so I'm not going to take that opportunity. No, again, that is the wrong definition of what seize your passion is about. If you define seize your passion as a call to action, as actively engaging in and consistently and continuously learning about what you love, discovering what you love, that's awesome. You want to become a successful producer. Our passions change. That reminds me of when I started out as an actress. I wanted to be an actress. That was my passion. It still is a part of me, but it's not my career goal anymore, which it was. Then I went into filmmaking. We grow and evolve, and so do our passions. The point is not to disengage from life. Seize your passion. If you define it, you decide what the definition is, and then you make it happen. You make that magic. The magic doesn't passively fall into your lap. By you defining it as actively learning about new things and taking new opportunities and discovering what your new passions may be, or how you can grow your passions, or how you can turn your passions into your career and job if that's your goal, or how you can have a goal, how you could have a career and a job on the one hand, but still pursue your passions and have a fulfilled life on the other. At the end of the day, it's really, I'm trying to watch all these comments. They're coming at me a lot, so sorry if I don't respond to everyone. At the end of the day, what seize your passion really is about is, one day you're going to look back when you're very, very old, hopefully, and you're going to say, well, did I really fully live my life? Did I go out there and actively engage? Did I try things? Did I take opportunities? Did I take risks? Did I fail? Or do I wish I had? Did I, think about, oh, what do I want to do with my life? And my life kind of just passed me by. At the end of the day, it really comes down to that. And that's why the language of seize your passion is so important to me. And that's why I choose to define it that way, because it's a call to action. Go out there and get it. Go out there and choose it. Go out there and learn about it. Go out there and discover it. And if you're not sure what that is, try whatever, what are your skills? What are your talents? What do you like doing? And if an opportunity presents itself, use those skills and talents and what you enjoy, and you will discover the passion. You make the magic. The magic doesn't come to you. That's what it's about. It's not about passively sitting back and waiting for it to happen, or waiting to discover it, or hoping it'll happen, or stumbling upon it. It's really about active engagement and constant growth and learning and trying and living a full life. That's what Seize Your Passion is about. So that is my rebuttal argument against all the naysayers and all the debunkers of passion and people that say, don't listen to that follow your passion stuff. And it's because they're misdefining what follow your passion, find your passion, seize your passion, however you want to define it, is really about. If you define it as sitting around and waiting for it to find you, or if you define it as having one singular purpose and nothing else and that's it for life, then yeah, I agree with those naysayers. Don't do that. But if you define it as something else, if you define it as actively going out there and engaging with and connecting with and learning about what you love, what your skills are, what your talents are, taking opportunities, taking risks, trying different things, doing things that give you fulfillment in all areas of your life, following your heart, your mind, body, mind, and soul. Okay, it's about integrating all of that and incorporating all that and implementing that on a daily basis. So I encourage each and every one of you to go out there and seize your passion. But before you could even do that, I encourage and challenge each one of you to sit down and think about, how do you define what finding your passion means to you? How do you define what following your passion and following your heart means to you? How do you define what seize your passion really means to you? Because you choose the definition and then you choose what that passion is. It doesn't come to you. You make the choice. And that's an amazing gift that we have as people. We have the gift of choice. We can choose our path. We can choose every decision we make, every single day we make up. Our entire day and our entire life is the choices we make. And this is no different, So you choose the definition of what seize your passion is to you. And it means all those things, not just one, not at the expense of the other. It doesn't mean live in la la land and don't support your family and don't make a living. And it means all of that. And at the end of the day, if you follow that definition and if you go out there and you do that and you engage in it, you will find, and I haven't found anyone that refuted this argument. If you really follow that definition and really follow seizing your passion, you will have fulfillment in all areas of your life, whether it's aligned with your career or it's separate. You have your career, you have your business life, you have your personal life. At the end of the day, it's all integrated into this life we're living. So seize your passion is a much broader definition of what a lot of people think it means. So I encourage you to remember that. I encourage you to do that. And that is great. And for any of you, who are joining me weekly or just discovering me, please feel free to block any inappropriate comments and help me out, because it's hard for me to keep track of all of them. So seize your passion. What does that really mean to you? Go out there and actively engage. Live your life. Don't just sit back and think about it. Don't sit back and wait for it to find you. Don't sit back and hope that it'll magically appear. You'll magically somehow discover it, And going back to the career thing, I have a lot of personal friends that someone who's very close to me who had such a passion for photography, for example, okay? And she started out making a career out of it. And what happened was she actually found that because it was the stress of making a living off of this passion, it started to put the fire out of the passion, and she started not loving that activity anymore. She started not loving taking pictures anymore because it became a job, and the passion, because of all the responsibilities and the stress and the obligations and the practicalities of life, that she decided to make a career change. And she still loves photography and does that, seizes her passion unrelated to her job and her career. And you know what else happened? She went into a career that was practical. And over the years, as she cultivated her skills and talents for that career, she discovered a new passion that was within that career that she otherwise would never have found. And it was a similar creative passion for design. And it had to do with a completely different business. But the creative artist in her, the designer in her that she applied to the photography, she discovered was in this other area that was her career because it was a practical choice that she never otherwise would have found. And that's what Seize Your Passion is about too, okay? So sometimes it's about not following your passion at the sake of everything else and actually being open to new opportunities, discovering what your skills are, allowing yourself to grow and evolve and change, as do your passions all the time. And that's really what Seize Your Passion is about. It's about personal growth, fulfillment, creating value to add value, contributing to others to contribute to yourself. And you can't, you know, you can't have one without the other. You can't contribute to others unless you contribute to yourself first. And by contributing to others, you will contribute to yourself. And you can't add value unless you're yourself creating value. And you can't create value unless you're adding value to others. So that's really my argument against all the naysayers and all the debunkers is, you know, think about how you define what following your passion, finding your passion, seizing your passion means to you. And then you might not be a naysayer anymore. That's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Seize your passion. Ciao. Bye.